Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with a familiar face. We've interviewed him many times before, Joe Leon, who's the head of sales for the Americas for Silversea Cruises. And we're going to talk to Joe, getting a little update on what's going on with Silversea. There's always a lot, and it really is an amazing line. I've been on it many times, and Joe's the person to ask about all things going on with Silversea. And you're going to hear about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Joe, first of all, great to see you. And we preface this by just talking cruising for a little while for the last half an hour before we actually get down to work. So there you go.
Good to see you, my friend. It'd been a while, so we had a lot to catch up on.
I know, and then we found out we're both going to see each other for the next three gigs, right?
That's right. So we had to save some conversation for.
Well, there's always going to be conversation. That's it. Anyway, but let's get to Silversea here. Let's tell us a little about. You've got a new brand campaign to finding more, I believe. That you
Yeah,
recently launched. Tell us a little bit about that.
we just revitalized the brand positioning and how we go to market. I am really excited about this new look. I think we work with passengers that are always seeking unique experiences.
Right.
And what's important to them is that they don't have to compromise on their lifestyle.
Okay.
And Finding More does that, right? It connects those like-minded customers with similar lifestyles. It's really a rallying cry for our guests to get out there and expect the unexpected from us.
Okay.
It's really a bold move. As a brand, you never want to go out and make too grand of a gesture or promise, but we're very confident. We're delivering very, very well, and we feel that we've got our finger on the pulse of the customer, and this new positioning is really rooted in those authentic experiences. We've talked a lot about that in these interviews, James.
Right.
And when we're out presenting, that's how we want our brand to be perceived, as the destination leaders, those that are offering you those really authentic experiences, ashore, both on the expedition, but also with this incredible luxury platform that we deliver.
Right.
Along the way, and doing so with a strong and high value proposition. So this Finding More campaign is speaking to them exactly in that way, and designed to speak maybe to a little bit younger of a demographic than what
Right.
you've seen us over the last 30 years. Our boomers are still very much the core of our audience. Gen Xers are getting ready, and we're seeing many of them. So really excited about this fresh new look. I think it's the right position for us in the market.
And you also have lots of collateral. You got videos. You got a whole lot of stuff that travel advisors can use to maybe work with that campaign and get some more customers and clients for Silversea.
Yeah, I got to tip my hat to my business partner and colleague, our head of marketing, Annette Arango. Brilliant marketer, but I love the time and the detail that they spent with defining this format. This isn't just about we like the look of this font, we like this color, or this looks like a good picture. There is a formula that they've designed, and everything that you see from the colors to the font has to fit in that formula to deliver on what our message is supposed to be. So again, really excited, and I hope our travel partners get as excited as I am.
Well, let's go to that. Oh, why should a travel advisor book a Silversea cruise for their clients today?
Yeah, first I'll tell you it's the quickest way to get a repeat customer. We're doing a very good job, and we're getting the highest ratings we've ever seen. We came into 24 with a real focus on delivering the best product on board, both from the hotel side, the service, the cuisine, and then, of course, where we take you, right? We've always had that as a major differentiation between us and the rest of the market. And our food and service has always been superb, but we've focused a lot of time, energy, resources into really revitalizing the culture on board, making sure that what we call the Silversea way is felt at every turn. And we lead and build this business by data, right? Our gut is important, but we make sure that we take the detail and put the research in to listen to our customers' feedback, and follow the data and deliver what they want. And it's really centered around three key pillars and three key areas. It's about immersive discovery, right? We know customers want local cultures. We know festivals and special events in these places are important to them. They want to experience those things. We need to be there for them and provide that for them in some way or shape or form. Unique excursion programs, right? Get out of the sea of sameness. Let's get away from using the major DMCs that really control much of the world. Let's get out and start finding these bespoke little operators where we can do something very special. You've taken some of our salt excursions. You know how
Oh yeah.
exclusive those can feel and how great of a delivery that is. How can we expand that and broaden that a little bit? Unparalleled expedition adventures. You know, we are leaders in luxury expedition, but we're the only luxury cruise line that takes you on these types of vacations, and one of the only suppliers that offers you a fly cruise by offering you that 8-night package to Antarctica where you fly over the Drake and back to the continent. Mm-hmm. Some exciting announcements. I know we'll talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that.
We'll get to that.
And the whole segment on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be on the very first of your Silversea the big one that was really that was the christening voyage for your.
That's right, with the Endeavor.
Endeavor. Sorry, I'm blanking on that one. Even though I was on a out there in a Zodiac watching the christening ceremony, so that was it. But it is an amazing experience. But yeah, so that's all great. So those are great reasons why travel advisors should really focus on Silversea. Now let's move to another area where you're very well versed. You recently launched World Cruise 2028, which was you name these things, an ode to the moment. There you go. And Can you tell our audience of travel advisors all about this new World Cruise?
Yeah, first off, we're excited to see the World Cruise come back to the very intimate Silver Shadow. For the last 26 and 27 are on the Silver Dawn. So the 28 is going to come back to the Silver Shadow. She had done our World Cruise for many years. She is a fan favorite with our customers. What's great about the Shadow and bringing the smaller hardware is that it's going to offer us access to smaller ports that you normally would not find, not just on a World Cruise, on any cruise, quite frankly. Places like Jos van Dijk in the Caribbean, Gustavia in St. Bart's, then going into Milos in Greece, Agropoli in Italy, some of these smaller harbors that you can't find your way into when you're operating larger hardware. She's leaving from Miami for the first time. She'll be departing on January 5th, and she'll be sailing for 139 nights all the way through to Nice on May 6th. And we'll be calling on 58 different destinations at the time. 29 countries. There's 30 UNESCO World Heritage sites included on the itinerary. We've got 17 overnight stays. We've got a number of curated and special events that are available only to the full world cruisers. And that's a staple of this product for us, right? It's important that we just not take you to a lot of places over the course of a long period of time. What are we doing for you along the way that really makes this experience different, unique, and of course, beyond that, what's expected?
No, that's great. And you've always done fantastic world cruises, and this will be, I'm sure, superb for 2020. It's amazing. You're already selling it now, which is apparently how popular it is.
And it's doing very well. So very well.
Now, let's get to what we just alluded to, something I'm certainly very excited about because I have sailed with you in Antarctica. This is for the 2025-2026 in Antarctica season, and it, of course, will feature your fly cruise program. I've done that. I always tell people I've done the Drake 5 times, and they say, well, how could you do it 5 times? I said, because I flew one time, and it was actually the first time you were using the product. And, of course, you've got a new hotel. Who's Puerto Williams in Chile.
That's right.
And this is a real differentiator for your brand. Tell us all about this Antarctica season.
Yeah. So we all know Antarctica is gaining in popularity, right? And we're seeing a lot more passengers go down there. We've got a number of exponentially more suppliers sailing to the continent than we had at the beginning of the decade, let alone the century. So when you look at access down there, Ushuaia is getting very, very hard to sail from. And for the last 2 years, James, as you know, we've been operating out of this very little port in Chile called Puerto Williams. Puerto Williams is the southernmost city in the world. And we have been running out of there. It gives us great logistics and access to get to King George Island and down to the peninsula. But it's difficult. It was difficult in terms of hotels and infrastructure. And so we asked ourselves, how can we really own
Mhm.
this guest journey,
Right.
right? How can we own this product to where we are delivering such a unique experience that we should be the first and only option when it comes to a fly cruise program.
Right.
And so the package will now include a luxury stay. We include air in our voyages. So our door-to-door price includes the economy international flight. You'll arrive in Santiago. You'll be taken to a luxury hotel for one night. The next morning, you'll be taken to a private terminal where you would board a private charter to Puerto Williams.
Right.
When you arrive in Puerto Williams, you will be taken to the brand new Silversea built hotel. It is called the Cormorant at 55 South.
Yeah, we wrote about
Cormorant.
it. Yeah.
It is the Cormorant is it's an ode to the bird that is the seabird that is very common throughout the world, particularly in that region. And 55 South is the longitude where this hotel is located. And for those of you that are adventurers and enthusiasts, you know that being at that longitude means you're really close to the end of the earth, and you're on your way to Antarctica. You'll be there in just a day. Then we fly you over for 6 nights where you board the beautiful Endeavor, and the
Yeah.
most luxurious expedition ship ever built, and really delivering such amazing experiences everywhere we go with her. But this this fly cruise program, James, is a differentiator for us. We know we're the ones that are doing it the best. We've got that private terminal, that private experience on the charter, the hotel. The fact that we control the hotel, we own the hotel, we operate it really is going to change the way we can deliver this particular destination and this product.
And it's a luxury hotel I think it's Chile and Patagonia, right? That area.
That's right. That's exactly right. You've got 2 views. So we'll have one side will be these beautiful views of Patagonia and the mountains in the back, or a view of the Beagle Channel just ahead.
Not too bad. I've always said, boy, Patagonia is a destination on itself, and sometimes we just going on the way to Antarctica, but boy, it is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And well worth at least a night's stay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're so happy that we're going to be able to provide our customers the opportunity to experience that destination, but really without compromise, right? In the standards that you would expect.
Fantastic. Now I want to get back to another topic we talked about briefly regarding your SALT program.
Yes.
Can you remind us what SALT is for those who might not know, and where is it offered, and what does it include?
Yeah, so SALT stands for Sea and Land Tastes. This is our program that's designed, with destination being the focus of our promise to your customers. We have to be more than just a means to arrive to a destination. We have to make sure that the excursions we plan have substance. We want to make sure that the programs we're doing on board help deliver that promise of destination delivery. So SALT is that program. This is a culinary program that's designed around really 4 key areas. And the beauty about SALT is that you can take and take all 4 of the design elements of it and really immerse yourself into this SALT program, or you can enjoy essence of SALT throughout your voyage in little bits. It's up to you. And so the idea about SALT is to take you ashore and bring these cultures to life, and get to know these cultures through food. And we've all learned that through our own experiences, right? A great way to understand culture, is through their food. And so this program is designed to do that, and particularly on board, because we can do great things with excursions ashore. And we do. We have these SALT experiences. But on board, what we do with the SALT Kitchen, the introduction of a brand new restaurant where its entire concept is designed to change daily, the main menu daily to match the port of call that you're visiting on that particular day. That's a really unique experience. I think, as an industry, we've all been promising customers for over 80 years now that your food matches your destination, but we all know that's a hard trick to pull off and not always the case. But now with a dedicated galley and a dedicated area to be able to deliver that concept, and not just deliver the concept, deliver it in a very, very high way. tremendous quality. So the Salt Kitchen is there for you to experience the food and the destinations you're in. Changes daily. Salt Bar, same concept
Yep.
with libations and spirits. And then the Salt Lab. That is your hands-on interactive test kitchen environment where we're doing more than just preparing a recipe. That recipe will always match the destination that you're in. But you're learning a little bit about the history behind maybe why that recipe or why these ingredients are so important to this particular region or to the culture or the beliefs of the people. And so it's more than just learning the recipe. It's really just peeling back all the different layers of what that recipe is and what it represents to the region and the people. And a lot of different types of people on board, and not just a guest chef. We've got culinary experts, writers, chefs, operators, all on board to really expand this program. So I love the SALT program. I think it's
Now you've had it now for a while, but it's really
we've
been
had it now for 4 years now. 21 when we launched, and the Moon. And I feel very confident that it is, if not the most unique, one of the most unique culinary programs at sea.
And on your newer ships like Nova it is up top. It's on one of the top decks, the whole complex, which is really enjoy. I did a salt kitchen. I really enjoyed that, and the labs and the bar. It's all up there.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. It really is. And like I said, you get fully immersed in it, or you can try pieces of it. Just dine at the Salt Kitchen one night out of your 7-night cruise, and here you are experiencing a dish that you might not have tried otherwise.
Excellent. Well, it's a great program, and I'm glad you still have it and are still offering it, and you're expanding it. Now, let's talk a little bit about your onboard booking program and why that
Yes.
can benefit travel advisors. And can you remind our audience how this works?
Yeah. So, always promote your customers to speak to our onboard cruise consultants. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no better way for you to secure your future business than to refer them to the person on board. Our very strict policies are that the bookings are always written back to the agent of record for the current booking. So when you send your customers to my cruise consultant and he closes that sale, that will come back to you in full commission. And those invoices are sent to you from the ship once it's confirmed, so that you are prepared to welcome your customer home when they get home, and of course complete all of the other supporting work that goes around this vacation. It's a 5% benefit to your customers. Most of them are getting all of them that are on board are now Venetian Society members, so they take the benefit of not only our past Venetian Society guest membership, but this onboard savings program. And we're very strict when it comes to the integrity of this program. We only offer it to those that are on board because it's important to us that people see this as a value, and as compensation or an incentive for being a repeat customer, and now giving them access to exclusive discounts that aren't available to the rest of the market. So, this is something that has been very successful for us, and something that you could potentially have a third of your Silversea cruises returned to you confirmed on a future cruise. I mean, that's a big number.
Everybody's after repeat business, and this is a great way to do it. Before they get out of the Salt Kitchen, they've had a great time, and they go down and book their next cruise, right?
There's no better time than when they're engaged with the product and interacting with the staff to get them talking about what Silversea cruise interests them the most for their next voyage. It really is. We know it, James. I mean, we're our most excited when we're on vacation, right? When we're there, when we're in the product, when we're in the experience. And so encourage your customers to go and speak to our consultants. They do a great job, and we're probably one of the best in the industry to make sure we protect your business and your relationships.
It's great to know more about that program, and actually all of the things we've talked about. Now, anything else you want to tell travel advisors about what's going on at Silversea, and also tell them where they can go to find out more about all these programs?
Yeah. So we continue to enhance all of our Academy materials. So always visit us at my.silversea.com. That is your travel agent center for everything you need for Silversea, from our marketing solutions and our marketing central ability to build email custom templates, FNQs, and then of course access to our reduced rates, which is something that's always a very popular question. But you can only get to that if you sign up, and it's my.silversea.com. And of course, make sure you're taking our academy. Our team does a great job of making sure that content is always updated and it's worthwhile. So thank you for all of your support. and partnership over the many years. And to you, my friend, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Joe. And we'll see each other a fair amount over the next 3 months. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Again, I'm looking forward to the next time I get a chance to cruise on Silversea, hopefully later this year or some other time. But again, always great to see you, Joe. And thanks again for telling us all about these wonderful things going on with Silversea.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.